And now let's chat more about the forum with the CEO of Bayer Indonesia, Ashraf Alof. Ashraf, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So first, can you tell us more about the forum itself? What are the aims of the forum?
Well, the forum is really an important event in the region, in ASEAN. And the objectives of the forum are always to really exchange experience within those countries. You know, there are lots of experiences and knowledge in every country. And really the objective is always to share those experiences and to come up to the best of synergies that we can capture within those countries.
And it came just to prioritize to gain more food security in the countries, right? The ASEAN countries.
Absolutely, that is the overall objective, to make sure that we have good sufficiency of our production, to make good food security for the growing populations in the different countries.
So what were the concerns, basically, to start with, especially to open that forum?
Well, the concerns are mainly we have big challenges ahead of us. And we are already going through those challenges. The main ones are, of course, limited arable land. We have challenge with climate change and extreme weather conditions. And if you take Indonesia as an example, Indonesia and rice. Indonesia is the biggest producer of rice, and at the same time, it's one of the biggest consumers of rice. The amount of rice produced, though, is not enough because demand is increasing, which means there is a challenge to produce enough rice for the country. The government has set a target to achieve rice sufficiency in the future, and for that they need to focus on making sure the productivity of farmers and their production is enough to feed the population and to achieve this sufficiency.
So before we talk about the productivity, can you explain more about how bad it is right now in terms of, like you said, not enough land to cover all the demands, and about the climate change, about the El Nino, for example. How has those affected the farm right now in Indonesia?
Well, as you know, before even the climate change, we have a population that is growing, that's expected to be 9 billion or more by 2050. And for that, we need really food security on the long run to make sure that we have enough food for this population. So that is one challenge. The other challenge is that there is also a limited arable land, because there's lots of urbanization, there's lots of farmers who are thinking of moving into different sectors as well, which means this is even a bigger challenge. On top of that, we have climate change, which is partly controllable and partly not controllable. But combining all of those factors together, we see a huge risk moving forward for the future to make sure we reach sufficiency on the short term, but also on the long term for the population.
So with that forum, Bayer actually proposed some kind of solutions to conquer those kind of challenges. But what do you propose in order for Indonesia, basically?
Well, the forum, as I mentioned earlier, is really one opportunity for us to show our commitment as a company to making sure we work with all sectors and all stakeholders to improve and to achieve the objective of self-sufficiency through increasing the yield mainly and the productivity, because we provide solutions, crop solutions, through the technologies we have to help farmers and smallholders to really improve the yield, improve the productivity of the limited lands they have. In Indonesia, most of the farmers have really smallholders, and therefore they don't have access to technologies, to training. We help them with our expertise and technologies and innovative solutions to improve their yields and productivity. We have worked as partners with the public and private sector to really transfer these expertise and technologies to those farmers. One example is we are partners with the government in an initiative called PIS Agro, which is a partnership for Indonesia agriculture sustainability. in agricultural sustainability, and we are the leaders of the rice working group. And in there, the objective of that group is really to work with farmers and transfer the knowledge and expertise and technology to make sure that they really improve their productivity and yield, and also manage the challenges they have, whether it's the land, whether it's the seeding methods, or the management of the plants.
And speaking about methods, if I'm not mistaken, it also includes the hybrid crops, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. This is also one other example where we provide our hybrid seeds. These seeds are treated with technological processes and products to increase their resistance to diseases, as well as to climate changes and extreme weather conditions, which means we are helping farmers and their families to improve their income and therefore improve the quality of life.
So in terms of Indonesia as your market as well, so how is your crop science business in Indonesia so far?
Well, if I talk about last year has been very challenging. As you mentioned, El Nino is one example, lots of climate change. It was a tough year going through it, but we have managed really to have a growth of almost 3% in crop science in a market that is very challenging and declining. While this year we are seeing really a much better situation where we are enjoying a high double-digit growth in our business, and we believe and we have the confidence that we can maintain this sustainable business. This is really, we really have confidence that we can partner and grow with the farmers here in Indonesia through the technologies we have, through the products we have, through the facility we have, as well as with the team we have, which is really determined to be very successful.
All right, Ashraf, thank you so much for being here with the Marketplace. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so